If you want your makeup to look good, you need to be wearing more makeup. I've heard so many girls say that their makeup doesn't look makeup-y enough, and the reason is you're just not wearing enough. So I'm here to help you make your makeup look more makeup-y. Let's get into it. Skin prep is super important, so I'm gonna start with skin prep. I'm gonna start with the Rhode Glazing Milk, just a little bit of this. I think a lot of people don't skin prep before their makeup, and it does make a really big difference. Next is the Tula Moisturizer. It doesn't matter if you are oily, dry, combo, whatever, you still need to prep your skin. So don't forget to do this. Just find whatever products work best for you, and that's what you're gonna use. While the skincare is soaking into my skin, we're gonna start with the eyes. I do my eyebrows first, then I go in with eyeshadow, so I'm gonna do my brows and I'll be right back. You're gonna look a little crazy with just your eyebrows done, but that's okay. Trust the process. So I'm gonna be doing more of like a smoked out neutral eye look today, which is my go-to glam look. So I figured that would be the best thing to do because it's something that I know and love. And I'm gonna be putting some tape under my eyes. This is just to give me that perfect line without all the cleanup and all the mess and all of that. So just makes it easier. This is my favorite neutral palette right now. It's the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, the neutrals, literally. This is what this palette looks like. I have the other one too, but this one is just the one that I've been using lately. So that's what we're gonna use. A lot of people get scared to do their eyeshadow, or they only stick to the same color that they've been doing for like 3 years, and everyone's just scared of going too dark, but you have to just start slow, start very light, start with a light brown, build it up, see how you feel. You don't need to do a crazy smoky eye the first time you're doing full glam makeup. I'm just building up my crease right now and dragging it out. I started with a lighter brown and now I'm gonna go in with the darker browns. And I'm gonna start in the outer corner, smoke that out, and then bring it into the crease. And I'm pretty much just gonna be building and blending until it's what I like. I'm keeping this a matte look today, so I'm just dipping my finger into the lightest shade and I pretty much just press it in to the inner corner, or like the inner part of my eyelid, and I'm just gonna keep going until it looks like what I want it to look like. I prefer a shadow liner, so that's what I'm gonna do. I have a little skinny angled brush. I'm gonna go in with the black shade in this palette and I'm gonna mix it with the darkest brown. And it's also a really great part of this tape is I don't have to worry about how clean my line is because I know it's gonna be clean. This is personal preference. Sometimes I use a gel liner. It just depends what kind of look I'm going for, but I just prefer the shadow. This is what the eyes are looking like. I'm gonna go in with mascara and lashes. I really think lashes are so important for a glam look. I'm gonna throw some lashes on. They're super light. They're more natural style lashes, but it still makes a difference. So I'll be back and then we'll continue with the face and the base, which I think is honestly the most important part if you feel like you're not wearing enough makeup. So the lashes are on. The skin prep has been sitting for quite a while, so it's time to go in with some primer. I used to be a primer hater, and then I tried a bunch out and then realized that I just wasn't using the right ones. And one of my favorite ones is actually the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I absolutely love this. It is so good. I am an oily girl, and this just holds my makeup literally all day. And I'm gonna let it get sticky and tacky and all the good stuff, so I'm gonna let it sit for a second. So in the meantime, let me tell you guys about what foundation we're going in with, because foundation is probably the most important step to looking like you're wearing makeup. If you're not wearing the right foundation, enough foundation, the right color, it's just a whole bunch of things, then it's just not gonna look makeup-y enough. So these two are the ones I'm obsessed with right now, the Haus Labs and the Makeup by Mario. They probably are weird to mix because of their consistencies and what they do for the skin, but I don't know why my skin eats this up. So I'm gonna go in with both of these. The Haus Labs one on its own is actually really good. I just love mixing it with this one. This one I don't love on its own as much because I am oily and it's got the mica in it, but mixed, it's beautiful. So I think the primer has sat for long enough. It's gonna look like a lot of foundation on the back of my hand, but trust me, it's gonna look good on the skin. The back of my hand is probably gonna look like a scary amount of foundation. It's probably 5 pumps combined. Don't be alarmed. It's gonna look good, I promise you. This is how much a lot of makeup girls use. In my opinion, 1 pump is never enough. I don't care what foundation it is. I have not found one foundation where I feel like 1 pump is enough, so this is what I do. I am wearing a turtleneck today, but I usually would bring it down more depending on the neckline of whatever I'm gonna be wearing. I'm first gonna go in with a brush and kind of pat this in, and then I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender to really make it smooth, you know? So I feel like the brush really helps to push it into the skin, and the brush also gives a more full coverage effect. Foundation is on. It's already looking so good. We're gonna get into concealer now. I feel the same way about concealer as I do about foundation. You just need way more concealer than you think. We're not doing the Hailey Bieber 1 dot. That's not cutting it for full glam. So we're here to do a lot of makeup. So I'm gonna mix the Huda Beauty concealer and the e.l.f. Camo concealer. Where my camera is, it's blocking my mirror, so I have to use my palette, but I just like to put this more so on the inner corner. Don't be shy with how much you're using. We're gonna blend it and it's gonna look flawless, I promise. Like that, and then I'll just do like a little bit there, a little bit there, in there. My concealer placement for the Huda Beauty. Now with the e.l.f. one, I like to put it kind of just over here. Perfect. And then I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender, blend all this in. I think the concealer placement is something that is also really personal. This is the concealer placement that works the best for my face shape. You can try what I'm doing. I can't guarantee that you'll love it. Play around with it. There's so many different techniques of where to put your concealer, your bronzer, your contour. It's a whole thing. It's art. It comes off. Just try it. Play around with it. You can probably tell my under eyes are super bright. I just personally love how that looks. I know that's not everyone's thing. I just love how it looks. I think it looks good on everyone. Time to go in with cream contour. My favorite one is the Makeup by Mario, and I literally am like out of this. I need more, but I'm going in with a dense angled brush, putting it on the brush, and then putting it on my face. I have found this is the best method of applying this, and it just comes out looking so smooth and flawless. So this just goes on my cheekbones. And a little tip for people who don't know where to place their contour. From the tip of your ear to the corner of your mouth is the angle you should be following. Just follow that angle. It's gonna look perfect every time. And that way it's so much easier to see what works for your face shape because that's so different for everyone. For my nose contour, I just dip the top of this brush into the contour stick and I just slowly blend it. And I've found that this just looks the most natural because I personally don't love the super crazy nose contour. Just not my thing. I feel like in photos it looks good, but then in real life it doesn't look good. So I want to look good in real life and in pictures, not just in photos. Next is blush. I'm going in with the Say blush in the shade Sweetie. I love this. And I just place it right above where I put the contour. Like I've been saying, with the foundation and the concealer, you need more bronzer and blush than you think. And I know it's scary at first, but it really does make a difference. Like, even from this side to this side, just seeing how the blush just like pops so much, it just looks so good. And honestly, sometimes I put more, but I am going in with powder blush later on, so I won't go more I won't go in more now with the liquid blush. So my under eyes creased a little bit while I was doing the other things, so I'm just gonna blend those out again. Before I go in with powder to set my face, we're gonna go in with setting spray. I like a bunch of different ones, but this is just the one I have right now. It's really important to set your cream. I feel like I just literally ate that. I feel like it's really important to set the cream products before you set with powder, because it just locks it in for so much longer, and it also melts everything together. To the girls that don't use setting powder, I actually don't know how you do it, because I would literally look like an oily mess the second I walked out the door. We're gonna go in with setting powder. If you don't set your face, I think you should, because it really helps make your makeup look more makeup-y. I use the Huda Beauty setting powder in the shade Pound Cake. I go in with a little powder puff. I'm gonna dab it off on the back of my hand. Oh, it creased again, so I'm just gonna get rid of those creases before we set it. We don't want to set the creases, that's for sure. And there we go. Beautiful under eye. I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face. I use the powder puff for my whole face. I just love pushing the powder in. Now it's time for the powder, bronzer, and blush. I'm gonna be using the One Size bronzer in the shade Medium Trio. This is what it looks like. I don't use all of these shades right now because I am pretty pale, so I pretty much just use this one right here. I use a huge fluffy brush and I just bronzer where I contoured. And I start off really light with this because this bronzer is super pigmented, so I like to start off light and then build it up as I need to, but pretty much just putting this everywhere that we contoured. The Makeup by Mario contour is more cool tone, this is more warm tone, so it really adds that like depth that we're looking for with contour. Before I go in with blush, I am going to bake my face a little bit. I like to bake my face because I feel like it just helps the makeup. I don't know, I feel like it just looks more smooth. I know baking used to be like an old thing, but I really feel like it's beneficial. Maybe it's just because I'm an oily girl, I don't know, but I love to bake. So I just do under my eyes and then under the bronzer. Just a little bit, I don't go too crazy. I'm using Makeup by Mario blush in Mellow Mauve. I love this one, and I'm pretty generous with it. I'm a big blush girl. I can't believe I used to hate blush. That's actually crazy, like 2016 era. I used to do a full face of makeup, no blush. What? Like, what was wrong with me? I know that was a lot of us. Like, I don't know why we hated blush so much. I'm so happy it's back again because it just really brings a look together. I am gonna go in with more blush because I just feel like it can never be too much. Like blush blindness, I feel like that's me. I know I'm gonna look back in 5 years and be like, why was I wearing so much blush? But right now, I don't care. While my face is still baking, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the under eyes. So I'm gonna take this same little angled brush that I did my liner with, and I'm gonna take a dark brown shade, and I'm gonna go in my lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with a little shadow. My light died, so a little intermission. I wiped off the powder. I put some mascara on my lower lashes just to finish off the eye look. The last thing is lips. This is the combo I'm going to be using. It's Makeup by Mario lip liner in the shade Toasty, Makeup by Mario lipstick in the shade Erin, Rhode lip treatment in the shade Espresso. I'm gonna go put this on. I'm scared my light is gonna die again because I just charged it for like 10 minutes. I'm gonna go put this on. We'll be back for the final look. Here is the final glam look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want more makeup videos like this because I would love to make them. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.